today I'm going to speak a little bit more about dreams. It's one of the things that's very close to my heart, and God has always spoken lots to me. So I've done a few sessions already, so you can always go back and look at some of the sessions on dreams. So I just got a little bit more today. My last session was about colors and dreams. So we know that God's presence is full of light and full of color, and it's awesome. It transforms us, it changes and makes us amazing, just like that light pouring out of us when we engage with him. So what happens then if you start getting black and white dreams? These are very clearly from the enemy. Black and white dreams, they're really a negative thing. It's an assault from the enemy. So you need to start doing spiritual warfare, but also worship to counteract those dreams and getting higher up in God to overcome them. What about if you have muted dreams or dull dreams? Often that's about soulish things that are going on, sometimes about what the enemy is trying to do in your life. And they're just like really not good. But God can turn those things around for good. And that's the great thing about dreams. God is desiring us to flip our dreams and change them around because he wants something exciting to happen in our lives. And it's not, when they're dark or black and white, they're not a message from God at all. So you'll often see grays and blacks and dark colors. Um, and in it, the enemy will be wanting to create fear and conflict in your heart. What about there's the whole area of deception? So the enemy can really use dreams to deceive you and send you in the wrong direction. So again, I'm just talking and giving you warning about the importance of spiritual discernment over dreams. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about muted colors in dreams. So you may get a red. Anger, it can often mean anger and war. So, the thing about war, we picture it as people, they might be on the battlefield, they're losing blood, and we know that is a horrible thing about war. Blue, often we can often say the saying, somebody's got the blues, and they're depressed, they're down, and they're not happy. Green, have you ever heard about the phrase about the green-eyed monster? So it can be about that envy, that pride that's going on in that person's life. What about brown? Brown can mean compromise, not living that holy, full of light walk God wants you to have in your life. What about gold or amber? If it's dull, in the Old Testament, you look at in the Old Testament, and a lot of their idols were made of silver and gold, mainly about gold, really. So it is about idolatry. Purple, it can be about false authority. So if it's a dull purple, maybe you're seeing somebody dressed in purple and they're looking like they're in authority, but actually they're a false authority. What about orange? Orange can be about stubbornness. It's like a bold color, but when it's muted, it's about stubbornness. Silver can be about legalism. Yellow can be about fear, pride, intellectualism. It's like the yellow-bellied, about being, it's not a good thing. Pink can be childishness, because you may have a daughter who's just so hot on her pink outfits and Barbie dolls and all that sort of stuff, and you might think, it can be a very childish thing, and how children can be very childish in their learning to regulate their emotions and everything else in their life. Grey can be about weakness, and we often see old, frail people who can't walk. they can't do anything, they've got grey hair, so you know, that's where that comes from. White can be about a religious spirit. And lastly, black is about evil and sin. So yeah, we can often see the blackness in society and all it is, and not the good side of it. And a lot of it can be quite dark and black. So the one thing I'd like to say to you, you can't just take one color out of your dream and think, oh yes, that's what it means. You always need to look at context. So I would encourage you, always look at the context of your dream, and you need to examine it. You need to pull those dreams apart. I've spoken a little bit about breaking dreams up, so have a look at that as well. Worship, and allowing God to lead you. So if your dreams are really dark and muted, get into worship. Worship the Lord, bring that light and life into your light. And always say, Lord, just give me that wisdom and discernment that I need. So please like and subscribe to my video. That's the end for today, and I will be back again soon. Please write any comments or anything that you desire to say. So goodbye for now.